getting on and opening with Richard Ashcroft and Oasis, I mean, it really authenticates our legacy as being part of that sort of Northern Soul, Britpop, rock and roll vibe that's out there. You know?
This Northern Soul, the second coming of Northern Soul.
That's what I'm saying. Richard Ashcroft,
Great, isn't it?
Cast, and Oasis. I mean, come on. All these years, 30 years that are down the line, getting on with the band, bumping into you, Alan McGee's out there. These are all people who've been there, done it, and are living
Don't you
it
make me
still.
cry? I'm not joking, because it feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
You know?
And you talking about momentum earlier. And all these things, we released an album, Love Is The Call, about a year ago. And ever since, it felt like a debut album, and just things have just come our way.
I'm jealous about the guitar. This looks like it's seen some gigs.
Well, it has actually, but it's not that old. It's only for about 2012.
All right, wow. Great to hear you.
Is it a copy or something, Skin? Looks like it was...
Well, it's just Aztec
I think
sparkle
people-
gold.
I think the listeners need
what
to
you
know
get
it's
these days.
sparkling
Yeah,
gold.
it's
That's why
sparkling
that's
gold.
attractive.
I think
to
they
us.
can see actually.
Can they? On the
It's
radio?
Yeah, they
it's
can
Elvis
see on the
John,
radio.
high heel rock and pop boots, gold is what it is.
You can see Skin in his glam gear.
Yeah, I
You
can't.
know?
I want to see. Catherine, that's Aussie Joe. You can't believe it. She can't believe all these great bands are coming here. Brought up in Australia. She could only dream of such things. And Cass, they're here now. We got John, we got Skin, we got Keith. Good morning,
Good
gentlemen.
morning, Chris.
Good morning,
How are you?
Bonada.
How is it? How is it?
It's okay. Things are like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. We're just riding a wave, really.
Yeah,
One thing
and
after another.
it's
so
all about
far.
catching the right waves, isn't it?
Yeah, it is
catching them,
indeed,
and if they're
totally.
not coming, you just sit on the board and you just wait,
Days,
man.
Yeah. Well, we were waiting. And
Yeah.
we caught
Sets,
one.
bud.
And then we
Sets of
caught
7.
another, and we seem to be catching them constantly
Yeah,
at the moment. A lot of
wow.
momentum, a lot of good vibes in the air.
So much to talk about. Where do you want to start?
Well, it's your show, Chris.
Where did we
I
go?
don't
You take the
mind.
reins, you know.
30th anniversary, here we go.
Yeah.
It's all good and heard. 30th anniversary of All Change. We've got a tour to sell. Ticketmaster.co.uk, 10 o'clock today.
Right on, yes.
Come on, baby.
30
Once
years.
again, Ticketmaster.co.uk, 10 o'clock today. And this is Cass' own tour. After you got a warm-up tour with some other bands, is that right?
yeah. Well, of course, the summer's going to be a big
Little
time.
big tour.
Yeah.
We've got the biggest tour in the land, like with Oasis.
What?
19 dates with
A
them
laugh.
in the UK and Ireland.
All right, so that's your warm-up tour for the real tour, which is October, which is the Cass tour. I mean,
Yeah.
look, come on, let's
Well,
get this the right way round
That's
here.
the 30th
So many
anniversary.
people are putting the horse before the car.
Yeah.
What is wrong with these people? Do they not understand?
7
this
nights
is-
at Wembley, you
Yeah,
know, into Shepherd's Bush Empire. Here we go.
Let's talk about Oasis. Let's talk about that tour. How did it happen? You've done it before, of course. You've done it before.
Yeah. Well, like, you know, I mean, we've kind of meandered throughout our career from the early days, you know, even, you know, right through the last 30 odd years. You know, we've been touching base, always kind of a part of that sort
We
of...
got signed at their gig, supporting them.
We did indeed. We got signed when we were opening for them in New Cross on Friday the 13th. At the venue, the old venue down there called that. And ever since, we've always kind of, you know, I mean, when Oasis kicked the door open in the music industry, you know, we were around, we were selling out all the little clubs around the country and that. And there was a vibe going on, but it did take someone or something to you know, to catalyst to kickstart the whole movement, like. And I mean, this sort of getting on and opening with Richard Ashcroft and Oasis, I mean, it really authenticates our legacy as being part of that sort of Northern Soul, Britpop, rock and roll vibe that's out there. You know?
This Northern Soul, the second coming of Northern
That's
Soul.
what I'm saying. Richard Ashcroft,
Great, isn't it?
Cast, and Oasis. I mean, come on. You know
I
what
love
mean?
it. And what a lovely way of describing it as well, kicking the door down.
Yeah.
Oasis kicked the door down, didn't they?
They did indeed, yeah.
And
I mean,
then-
it was, you know, the thing is, that the zeitgeist, the spirit of the times was waiting to kind of oscillate and vibrate. It was there was bands there, it was going to happen, but obviously some sparks got to set
The
it on
tsunami,
fire.
the tectonic plates, whatever it was, they had to snap, and Oasis were the catalyst
They
for
were
that.
indeed, definitely. you know.
Amazing. 30 years on.
Yeah,
I
God.
mean, honestly, I know that our mums and dads said it before us, but it just
Time.
flies by,
Yeah,
doesn't
so
it?
It really does.
I can't
Funny
believe
thing
it.
is, as you said, your parents used to say, you know, it gets faster the older you get.
Yeah.
Which is so, because when you say 30 years since our debut album, All
It's
Change,
mad.
you know, the funny thing is that we quantify time and all that, when really there's only ever the present. So it's just yesterday. It was
know.
just there. And you can't explain that to people when they're looking so far ahead to their lives.
Yeah.
But when you've been in the midst of life, you know, and you look at all these things you've achieved or you haven't achieved or you've done, it's just always in the present. So to me, the songs and everything feels as fresh as a daisy, you know. So it's like...
Well, you sound as fresh as a daisy. The vibe in here is fresh. How you doing, Keith?
Great, mate.
Yeah?
Yeah, really good.
Feels good?
I like your ring.
Thank you. Oh, this is my new ring. Yeah.
Is it an aura ring?
Is a finger shot ring.
It's a fit. All right, I don't even know what that means. Sure, something to do with music.
Just a little shaker.
So look, you're all smiling, proper
Yeah.
beaming from ear to ear. It's
We've
good,
been up
isn't
since
it?
4 o'clock.
I was in Dorset last night doing like some sort of theatre
Where?
kind of monologue in a theatre.
In Dorset?
I think so. I can't quite remember. I drove overnight and got here. I mean, I've been doing this sort of talking about my journey, just
With the
like, on
guitar
like a
or without?
monologue with the guitar
Beautiful.
and bass. But I mean, playing with the band. We just got back from Spain
Yep.
with Youth, doing another album that's going to get released this time next year. So
Wow.
really, we're not going to be stopping for the next couple of years. You know, there's a
And
lot
why
of
not?
energy with the band.
And it's how's the energy? How is it? I mean, you've got great energy. You've got like all the energy you need. But is it different? Is it the same?
It's the right energy.
The right energy.
We were talking about it earlier, Chris. You know, you get to a certain point
Oof.
and you start to do the things that make you feel
Yeah.
good and are positive.
Gives me chills,
You
man.
know, I just can't be bothered feeling terrible and anxious, looking over my shoulder and hiding from myself and others. So you start to, with experience, do what makes you feel good in life because you're just passing through. Like
What's in
and
the rear
music-
view's in the rear view.
yeah, it's in the rear view. Let it go. You can't change what's gone, can you? But you can change right now. This conversation is happening now. Like, I don't need to think about what I've said to others or the mistakes I've made.
Yeah.
It's about what we're doing now, the positive vibes that we're doing and making music, being all right with each other. All these years, 30 years that are down the line, getting on with the band, bumping into you, Alan McGee's out there. These are all people who've been there, done it, and are living
Don't you
it
gonna make me
still.
cry? I'm not joking. Because it feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
You know.
And you talking about momentum earlier. And all these things, we released an album, Love Is The Call, about a year ago. And ever since, it felt like a debut album and just things have just come our way.
I'm genuinely and generally tearing up here. It's
okay.
great, man. It's cool, isn't
Sensitive
it?
guys.
It's
all
so
of
cool.
us.
You know, and we've made mistakes, and
Yeah, we have indeed.
human beings have
We
made of
forgive each other,
mistakes.
yeah.
And there's that question, you know, do you have regrets? And, you know, what would you say to your younger self if you could now? And Mr. Beast nailed it. He said, I wouldn't say anything apart from buy Bitcoin. That's all he said. That's all he said. Because otherwise, you deny your younger self
Yeah.
the journey of what it's all about.
Learning
You
it
know?
all, yeah.
It all took that what happened for us to get where we are now, and to have these sort of understandings. These
He understands.
Epiphanies.
He's getting upset on us, isn't he?
I'm like this all the time, because honest to God, I'm just.
By the way,
like,
can we have a round of applause, if you don't mind,
Guru.
for Skin's beard, which is getting better by the year.
It's getting grayer by the week.
the bearded man.
It's getting very Rick Rubin, you know that.
Yeah, the headmistress said, when are you going to shave her off? Years ago when the kids were in school, and said, when they've left school, they've all left now. They
Yeah.
still haven't shaved it.
And it always smells incredible.
Yeah.
Is that
okay.
right? You used to take
Yeah.
This
Listen,
is what happens
listen.
with the band.
What's important is everything. Everything is important, right? All change. The 30th anniversary tour begins Wednesday, 29th of October in Dublin. What a great way to kick off. Until Friday, 5th of December in Liverpool. Tickets on sale today, 10 o'clock. This is the big headline here. Tickets go on sale for Cass All Change 30th anniversary tour, 10 o'clock today. Ticketmaster.co.uk. It is a good time. How about, shall we have a fine time?
Super duper fine time.
Come on,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Count us in, Keith.
Yeah.
Go on then, dude. Wow, that was storming. That felt great, Chris. That felt great,
10 to 9 on a Friday
I
morning.
know.
Wake up.
Skin, tell us about the guitar. This looks like it's seen some
This
gigs.
is well, it has actually, but it's not that old. It's only for about 2012.
All right, wow. Great to hear
Is
you.
it a copy of something, Skin? Looks like it was.
Well, it's just Aztec
I think
sparkle
people-
gold.
I think the listeners need
what
to
you
know
get
it's
these days.
sparkling
Yeah,
gold. That's
sparkling
why
and gold.
attracted.
I think they
Chris.
can see actually.
It's
Yeah.
can they on the
It's
radio?
Yeah, they
it's
can see on the
Elton John,
radio.
high heel rock and pop boots, gold is what it
You
is.
can see Skin in his glam gear.
Yeah, I
You
can't.
know,
I want to
Mark
see.
Bolan,
I want to see
Bowie-esque.
Skin in his glam gear.
The gold
right,
leather
yeah.
checks.
And you can if you bag some tickets today from Ticketmaster.co.uk. From 10 o'clock today, the All Change 30th anniversary tour tickets begins Wednesday, 29th of October in Dublin until Friday the 5th of December in Liverpool. That's going to be some night, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's going to be great. Yeah,
You might start playing on Friday the 5th and finish on like Christmas Eve. That might...
Who knows? We may well be sticking
in time
around.
to deliver the
Longest gig ever. Wow. Great to see you guys.
Yeah, Chris.
Thanks,
Honestly, can we hear it one more time, please, if you don't mind, for Cast and all who's sailing her.
And all who sail upon. That's right. Get it on.